Thank you, Robert. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Since Robert has said I have to talk about very funny things, I will talk about very serious things, which is very serious for you as the cloud user. It's very funny for everybody else when the cloud doesn't work. But for you, if the cloud fails, your business fails. And that's not so funny, right? So I'm going to talk to you about all of this. I'm going to give you a concerns, and I'm going to show you the solution as well. All of it in 15 minutes. Okay, cloud breakdowns due to unreported causes. And you can see 1, 3, and 6 are security related. Security related causes under IDA come in a new standard that Ace Kung talked about called MTCS, multi-tier cloud security. All the rest is outages outside of security, which means no malicious intent or no hacker attack, no denial of service. That's the one I am going to talk to you about. Because if it is a hacker incident, you know exactly what your position is and how it has happened. But if it is not hacker related, you need to know how to protect yourself. So let me show you some more concerns. Look at the date, September 28, 42 minutes. Now Facebook, we know, is not a public cloud in the sense that you don't pay money to Facebook. But if you are an advertiser, your ad is down on Facebook. And 42 minutes for advertisers is a loss of potential revenue, lots of potential business. For your information, according to IDC, Facebook makes 85% revenues from advertisers. Google makes 90% revenues from ads on Google search, right? So if you're an advertiser and you're advertising here, how do you relate to Facebook and go back and say, indemnify me for this loss? Okay, some more. Just to be fair, I'm going to say bad things about all cloud service providers, right? So Skype, as you can see the date here, G-Cloud, no need, okay. September 22, this is a major outage. Major outage means service is not available for more than 60 minutes. So Skype, as you know, a lot of companies do all their corporate calls on Skype now because it's part of Microsoft. And therefore, if you're an SME and you're doing business with other businesses around the world and you're relying mainly on Skype, your business is on the line. Okay, let's go some more. This is, again, Facebook. This is Dropbox. A lot of companies have a lot of business on Dropbox. But what about the biggest cloud provider of all? Amazon. Here they are. This is from an Amazon blog or from a tweet. And Amazon, as you know, is a very creative company. And they have got a new word that they have come out with called throttling APIs. We have now throttled APIs. So how do you throttle someone? You crush his neck. So they are crushing the APIs to make sure the cloud service comes up again. This is not to say that all these cloud service providers are bad or evil or have evil or malicious intent. They don't. But these are outages which are not planned, which are outside their control, and which is not caused by a security incident. And you as a user have to be aware of it, number one. Number two, be prepared for it, and therefore do something about it. That's what we are getting to. So Yahoo Japan's hosting company is called First Server. They had about 6,000 SMEs who were hosted on them. The entire business was hosted, and some of the big names you can see here. In June 2012, about 6,000 companies during a system security upgrade lost all their data. And this is an actual case study of an actual incident happening in Asia. And this serves as a good learning point for countries around the region on what can be done to make sure that cloud service providers are accountable to you as a business, to you as a citizen, and to you as part of a government organization, right? Okay. And I will show you what is the position the company took on this. They trusted First Server because they had BCDR procedures in place. So in Singapore, the BCDR certification is SS540 or ISO 27003. But even if you have those certifications and still you have an outage, how do you respond to this? So should you trust a company or a cloud service provider just because they show you a certification? That's a question you have to ask yourself, right? In this case, they had all of the procedures, they had the certification, and yet they could not offer a cloud service which was available. Okay, First Server's response, this is how the company responded. They said, we already have an SLA, and the SLA says that we can pay you damages in exchange for services. But what about all the data lost? What about the business lost? What about the opportunity cost? All that is gone down the drain, especially if you're an SME and you have your entire business on a public cloud, and the SLA says that I will only give you indemnification for the amount of time that you lost due to an outage. Is that enough? That's the question you have to ask yourself, right? Okay, Ministry of Internal Affairs investigated details of outage, but no report of that has come out. There was no fine, there was no legal suit imposed on the company. However, the company lost a lot of business because of loss of reputation or loss of brand. So the reputation or the brand is the single most valuable asset of a cloud service provider. It's not SLA, it's not indemnification, it's not punitive damages. So think about all of these issues, right? Okay, case for Coir. As I said, MTCS already supports security-related incidents. All non-security related outages or stoppages or brownouts or blackouts is covered under Coir. Cloud outage is not related to a security breach. It can be human error. 99% of the time, it's power outage. So you have to ask your cloud service provider, does he have adequate redundant power, 100% redundancy? Many of them claim to have, but you must check the SLA whether that gives you redundant, not just power, but redundant workloads, which means is the workload replicated in a separate area on the cloud, either in premise or out of premise, so that if the first primary workload goes down, the secondary workload takes over and your business keeps running. Trust their cloud service provider. Even in Singapore, a lot of SMEs, there are a total of 1.2 million SMEs, small or medium businesses, from 2-man operations to 999-man operations. They are SMEs based on revenue, because Spring Singapore has a definition for SME, which is revenue based, right? By that definition, most of the SMEs don't have a physical data center. They don't have a colo data center. They don't have physical servers. They trust all their business on the cloud. So how do you indemnify them? Should they pay for cloud outages if they are adversely impacted, right? So our view as a government body is to say to you, the SME or the end user, that you cannot trust the cloud 100%. You have to have your own DR in place. BCDR, business continuity, disaster recovery. You should have something in premise, at least so that your mission critical workloads are handled in premise when the cloud goes down. Because if you trust the cloud 100%, yes, you can sue them. Yes, you can write about it in the newspapers, but your business is gone. So what is the point, right? On the other hand, we are also asking CSPs, which is cloud service providers, to be very transparent in two ways. Number one, is by giving SLAs which are truthful, honest, and not full of legalese, so that you understand the English and you know that you know what you're signing for. Number two, when an outage happens, the CSP should inform you, the user, and inform the government and inform the world that we have had an outage. So many businesses may have been affected. If he sends a particular, if he knows that your business on this VM or on this server is affected, should send an immediate response to you saying that we are trying our best to sort this out, but your business is affected, and you should not find out about it from the newspapers. That's the stuff we are working on. Okay, what is cloud outage goals? We have members from all of this. SCS is Singapore Computer Society. SITF is Singapore IT Federation. ITMA is IT Management Association. CSA is Cloud Security Alliance. And IDA, you know, the government of Singapore, right? So the reason we have all of this is because the entire universe is represented. So we have cloud service providers, we have end users, we have government agencies, and we will take inputs from all of them to come out with guidelines that are fair, that are accurate, and that reflect the reality of cloud in Singapore. And I believe we are the first in the world to do this exercise. This framework is currently going on. Like I said, it is to complement your BCDR capabilities. Therefore, as SMEs, you have a responsibility to your customers. Therefore, don't leave that responsibility on the cloud. Have something in premise to make sure that when the cloud fails, you can take the business from run the business from your in-premise application. That's all I have right now. I have 2 minutes left, which I'm going to give back to Dr. Robert Chew. Thank you.